Hey guys, so in this video we're going to touch on Alpha 19's Recon 9 Evade backpack. The Evade was designed and developed with help and a lot of input from our friends on the EDC forum online. Suffice to say, a lot of ideas was put forth in the months that we were working on this, and we could not incorporate every one of them, but we did manage to put in as many as possible into the backpack so as to essentially come up with what we consider the perfect urban EDC backpack. The Recon 9 Evade is a 27-liter backpack, and it measures 18.5 inches in height, 8 inches in depth, and the width, it tapers from 12.5 inches at the base to 10 inches on top. The Evade is available in two fabrics, 500 denier nylon cordura like this one here, or in 420 denier nylon diamond ripstop. Now let's start looking at the Evade from the outside. The Evade essentially has 5 compartments. You have a front organizer pocket, the main compartment, a very well padded rear compartment, zippered compartment to hold your notebook, laptop. You have a concealed compartment at the back, and of course an EDC pocket right up front, top front. Now, the Evade has compression straps at the side as expected, and it also has 2 elastic side pockets. Now, the idea of the side pockets was very simple. Everyone wanted one that would lay as potentially low profile as possible if it's not being used, but at the same time it could expand to essentially hold a 32-ounce Nalgene bottle. On top you'll find a heavily stitched tubular padded webbing as your carry handle. Now let's have a look at the back of the Evade. One of the main inputs we received was that the Evade should be able to be carried by the various body types that we can expect. Traditional backpacks have their padded shoulder straps stitched into the inseams at the top of the pack. That restricts the width and the drop. In our case, we made it adjustable by connecting the padded shoulder pads to 1.5 inch webbing on the top. This allows you a greater spread and also an extension of length from the top. So this makes it adjustable on both ends. This allows more body types to be able to carry the Evade more comfortably. Chest straps as required, and your adjustments and elastic keepers at the bottom. The back, heavily padded to not only provide you with some comfort, but also to support the notebook that's going to be in, or the notebook or laptop that you might be carrying in the back compartment. Alright, now let's start looking into the main pockets and compartments for the Evade. Starting from the front, this is the main organizer pocket. You can see it's got all the necessary sleeve pockets inside, expected of a well-designed backpack. It's got all the slots for your pens and your pencil. One specifically designed, a little oversized, so for you to be able to fit a light, in this case a Surefire. A lengthened key holder for the thumb drives and what have you not. You have 2 sleeve pockets back here. I use one for the notebook and the other to be able to hold my spare battery pack and the Wi-Fi. A padded pocket right here to hold anything from a spare phone, your mouse, even the external hard drive, card holders, and there's enough space up front for you to be able to hold your eyewear. In my case, I carry my reading glasses, my progressive set, and my sunglasses. Now, behind all this, you'll find another zippered pocket, and this one is to hold your travel essentials or maybe your ID. In this case, it holds one of our passport travel organizers. On top of the zippered pocket, you will notice the sleeve that connects to the EDC pocket itself. So this is all the components of the EDC pocket. Behind it, however, there's a D-ring. Now this D-ring is incorporated throughout the backpack. You'll see more of it. The idea of the D-ring is to be able to allow one to use those Matroskaya pouches. We have a separate video on the Matroskaya pouches, but just to give you an idea, the Matroskaya pouches come in a single or double hanger. In this case, it's a single one. For travel purposes, we use this as a currency pack. You can use it as a basic IFAK. You can use it as a toiletry kit. And all you have to do is just attach it as such. Allows you to close it with no issues whatsoever. Now, on to the next one. You have the EDC Pocket right up here. I don't have to tell you what goes in an EDC Pocket. You can easily go online to the EDC forum and look at all the various ideas. Lots of great folks out there with great ideas on what they carry for the EDC Pocket. But if you're setting it up for traveling, for example, in my case, I carry my boarding pass, my passport, my headsets, my chargers right in here in the traveling scenario. Then you have the main compartment. Let me detach the side compression straps. The main compartment, let's have a look. It is zippered to open as wide as possible. To side, so on the front wall is what we call the double mesh system. The idea is very straightforward. You carry the stuff that you don't need access to all the time at the bottom, in this case backup batteries, chargers and whatever not, right? And the stuff that you need access to more often goes in the top mesh pocket. In this case, any mats or phone chargers, extra cables, and then you'll find yet one more hanger to be able to hold anything that you can snap onto it, or one more of our Matroskaya pouches. On the back end of it, the back wall of it, we have one Matroskaya pouch that's not connected just yet. Let me take this thing off to show you that it has, the back side has 3 hangers to be able to hold 2 Matroskaya pouch. One like this that affords you to hang it using 2 hangers, and an additional single one. So the idea is for you to be able to carry up to 2 Matroskaya pouches here in the layered format, one on top of another with anything else that you need to put inside here. Now, if you're using the Evade for an overnight bag, for example, or has a weekender, it's very easy. If you don't need to carry the stuff, these pockets are large enough and they're sized perfectly to be able to carry your spare underwear, socks, small items, personal items, and whatever not. Now, moving along, we have the next compartment, which is really one that is designed to be able to afford you to carry your notebook or your laptop. In this case, I have a 15-inch MacBook Pro that's in the padded sleeve at the back, so you can see the amount of space that's still available for you to carry something a little larger. You have another sleeve has a primary iPad holder, then you have another one at the back to hold your magazines and whatever not. The back portion of it, as I mentioned, is very well padded, and so is the bottom of the bag. Because we all have that concern. What happens if you drop the backpack from a specific height and you're too concerned about it not being well padded? Well, this one, trust me, is padded to the point that it will protect your electronics that's sitting in the back compartment. And finally, we have the concealed compartment at the back. Now, there is so many different ways you could use this back concealed compartment. My setup is one for someone who travels a lot. So here I have my lightweight raincoat, rain shell, and a small US Marine issued towel, one of those magnet towels, right? But the walls of this concealed carry, this carry compartment was designed to also allow those armed professionals to be able to carry a concealed firearm. Now, I'm not going to get into the argument whether this should be a primary or secondary position, but suffice to say you have the option. With one of these V-Kit holster systems, you can Velcro it from the right side or from the left side. So essentially, this could make it ambidextrous because you have an opening here and then you have another opening on the other side. There are Velcro loops on both walls, so you can Velcro this from there, or if you reverse the holster, you can do it that way too. Now, another idea is for you to be able to use this as a secondary position, or for some, could be a primary, for your tablet. Thing to keep in mind, inside at the top and at the bottom there are also hangers, so you essentially can hang another Matroskaya single hanger pouch behind here. Alright, the two last things I want to touch on with regards to the E8. On the front, you'll find 7 webbing loops. 2, 4, 6, 7. The E8 comes with this length of the elastic short cord and the cord lock. It allows you to basically weave it so that you can put it in such a way if you need to carry any outerwear, if you want to put your jackets or whatsoever, it is there. However, keep in mind, if you weave it all the way to the top, access to the front pocket is kind of restricted. As such, a number of folks out there in the EDC forum have reduced it down to only 5. So this way, you have a good compromise of both, being able to use a shortcut to hold your apparel, your jackets or your shells, and still have access to the organization pocket in front. The other thing, and the last thing I want to highlight, is if you look closely behind the base of the shoulder straps of the Evade, you will notice 2 1.5-inch webbings. These loops are here to allow anyone with any existing detachable waist straps that you can mount on it, or we are working on an option for the near future that allows you to incorporate it into the Evade. Let me just wrap up by saying thank you to the folks at the EDC Forum Online, our friends who have helped with all the patience and the input to provide us the opportunity to create what we consider the perfect urban EDC backpack, Alpha 19's Recon 9 Evade.